YouTubers, what's going on? It's your boy, Deluxe Man, here with your review for TLC 2012. The last pay-per-view for WWE this year. Tables, ladders, and chairs. And before we get to the review, as always, please subscribe to me if you have not. I think the subscribe button is down there now. It's no longer up here. Weird. Like me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter. Check out my second channel for tributes and matchups. Check out the wrestling podcast that I'm in charge of, Wrestling Paradise. And again, those of you who want to be a part of my CM Punk montage video, where I ask you guys to send me in vids to my email or make a video response to one of my vids of you naming who you are, what city you're from, and giving praises to CM Punk for his long championship run, or just praises to how awesome CM Punk is for being the best in the world. 15 seconds. The information is here on the screen and down below in the description box. With that said, guys, let's go ahead and get into the review. So, TLC 2012 was interesting. That's the best word I can say for it. Personally, guys, I don't think it's worth the $50 to buy. But if it does come online somewhere and it gets a DVD, like that's about $25 or $20 around that range, go ahead and buy it. I think it's worth watching. I don't think it's worth buying $50 for a pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying. But I do think the show was entertaining. It had its good moments. It had its awkward and bad moments. But overall, the show was decent. And I will illustrate that by giving you my thoughts on these matches. So let's go ahead and get started. With the pre-show match, it was a Divas match to determine who's going to face Eve Torres later on that night. Naomi won. That one was kind of out of nowhere. I like Naomi, so I was cool with it. I saw her wrestle on NXT, saw her wrestle in FCW. She's a pretty good female wrestler. And she gets to have her time with the Brooklyn crowd. By the way, the New York crowd, of course, Madison Square Garden. What else can you expect? But the New York crowd tonight was awesome. It was one of the hottest crowds WWE has had this year. But every time they go to New York, it's a hot crowd. So, it is what it is. But, yeah. Naomi won, and that's how the pre-show ended. So, let's get to the main card now. The show opened up with the tag team #1 contendership match for the tag team championships. It's Rhodes Scholars, Cody Rhodes and Damien Sandow versus Rey Mysterio, Sin Cara. Very good match. I thought there was a couple of spots in there that was like pretty sick. There was a ending spot when Sin Cara took he was going for a springboard and then he got pushed off, fell backwards through a table. That was sick. It was a pretty good, entertaining match to get the crowd into it, and no complaints. Very good match. Rhodes Scholars win. I was kind of hoping that Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara would win, but they'll probably get the championship sometime down the line. I hear Rey Mysterio's having some issues, so he probably can't even be on TV that much. And Sin Cara's just been wrestling random people, so the Rhodes Scholars, sure, I think they're a good tag team. I wouldn't mind them beating Team Hell No for the tag team championship. So, yeah, good match to open up the show. Moving on to Antonio Cesaro versus R-Truth. This was a decent match. It was pretty much filler. It was decent filler, but filler regardless. Antonio Cesaro won, as you would expect and as I expected. Now, look, I know I've complained about Antonio Cesaro not having a gimmick and not really having anything to get the crowd invested in. And WWE has answered my gripe by giving him an anti-American gimmick, which just made me go, okay, look, thank you for giving him a gimmick, but is that the best you can do? I don't know, that just seems like lazy booking to me. Don't you think that's lazy? Oh, he's not American, so he hates America. That just... So what? Everybody that's not from America, if they turn heel, they're automatically anti-American? We've seen it with Team Canada, the non-Americans. Remember Christian, Lance Storm, and Tess? Remember them? Iron Sheik, legendary anti-American folk. What's his name? Nikolai Volkov. It just seems so generic. But you know what? I'm not going to complain too much because Cesaro is getting a crowd reaction. Fans are booing him. They're actually getting invested into his matches, so you know what? Fine. I don't like it. I think it's generic. I think it's so lazy. But he has a gimmick. He's getting TV time. His matches are awesome. He's fastly becoming one of my favorite people to watch, because I think he's been really impressing me over the last few weeks. Antonio Cesaro is a great wrestler. Claudio to all you ROH fans, but It's whatever, but moving on to the next match here. We got a Miz TV segment. It involved 3MB. They wasn't talking about much. They announced they're having their premiere song tomorrow night on Raw. Usually I wouldn't talk about stuff like this, but something happened in this segment that boggled my mind. They start talking badly to the Spanish announcers, and then as they go over to attack them, Del Rio comes out and makes the save. Well, Ricardo comes out to make the save, but pretty much Del Rio comes out to save Ricardo and the Spanish announcers, which could indicate that he's turning face. Really? Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. What indication has Del Rio given us that this guy was turning face in any capacity? It's whatever. Apparently, if he's turning face, Randy Orton's turning heel. That's a given now. But we need more than this, alright? If he's going to turn face, give us more. I don't like the fact that, look, he came out to save the Spanish announcer, so now he's a face! And I've been so used to him being a heel, I have to accept him as a face now all of a sudden. I don't know. We'll see where this goes. I wasn't feeling this segment, really. They could have actually put this on Raw. Really could just put this on Raw, but we got it tonight, whatever. Wade Barrett versus Kofi Kingston. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't interested in this match personally. Despite the fact that both of them are very good wrestlers. I am a big fan of Kofi Kingston. You see my videos on him. I'm a big fan of Wade Barrett. I think he's a future world champion, despite him blocking me on Twitter. Those of you who don't know, yes, I was blocked on Twitter. I'll get to that story later on, but doesn't matter. He can block me on Twitter. I'm still a Wade Barrett fan. It doesn't matter to me. Anyways, I wasn't into this match going into it, but after watching it, it was a lot better than I anticipated. It was a pretty decent match. Gotta give them both props for putting on a good match. And the ending was nice. Wade Barrett was going for his bull hammer. Why are they calling it the bull hammer now? I like the souvenir. That was a nice little title for the name, but it's whatever. He was going for it, then Kofi Kingston reversed it into the Trouble in Paradise. Nice spot. So he retains the championship. Hopefully Wade Barrett can go back to wrestling for the World Championship. Hopefully. And then after this match, we got the match of the night. A match of the year candidate. And no, I'm not saying this because I'm an internet mark. I'm saying it because the match was awesome. The 6-man TLC match, which I thought from the start was going to be a great match, but I didn't think it was going to be this great. Ryback, Team Hell No, or Daniel Bryan and Kane versus The Shield, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. This match kicked ass. It was brutal. Destruction, tables, chairs, ladders, people getting chokeslammed through chairs, people getting powerbombed through tables, people getting curb stomped on chairs, people jumping off ladders through tables. It had everything. I can't sum up all of it. You have to go watch this match. If you've seen it, you know how awesome it is. Definitely one of the best matches this year. I kind of wish WWE would put this on the Match of the Year candidate list, but that's probably already taken because the awards are tomorrow, which sucks. But damn, this was a great match. Everybody looked strong. Everybody had their moments. Ryback looked strong. Daniel Bryan actually took on all three of them by himself before getting his ass kicked. So did Kane. Seth Rollins took some of the sickest bumps in this match. Roman Reigns is a powerhouse. Craziness. He speared Kane through a barricade, I think. Yep, he sure did. Crazy match. Shield picks up the victory by powerbombing Daniel Bryan through a table. They triple powerbomb through a table, and they win. So, awesome. The right people went over, and it was a great match. I can't complain. Definitely one of the best matches this year alone. If you have not seen it, I'm telling you, go watch it as soon as possible. Whatever venue you can get to watch this match, please go watch this match. A great match. Oh, and by the way, CM Punk had a promo before this match. And all I'm going to say about that promo is, any man that can insult a crowd, tell them they're idiots, tell them they're dumb, and still get chanted afterwards, and still receive CM Punk chants afterwards. Respect. Okay, moving on from that, Naomi versus Eve Torres. Decent Divas match. It was filler. Decent filler. Naomi worked the crowd, though. She got the crowd behind her. That's a good thing, at least. That's a plus. That's an immediate plus for Divas, at least. So yeah, Eve retains. It was filler. Then we get to Sheamus versus Big Show. Chairs match. For this match to follow the TLC match, the 6-man TLC, it was in a very bad position, and it did not live up to it. This match was boring. And yes, I'll admit, I'm probably saying that because I'm biased. I don't like Sheamus. I don't like Show. I didn't like this feud going into it. But even with that biasness, I tried to be fair. And if I'm going to be fair here, was it a bad match? No, it was a decent match, but I still say it's one of their weakest matches. I think so far, the Hell in a Cell match was the best one, for me personally. And that wasn't even all that great, as people want to say it is for me. But that's their best match. Survivor Series was, and this one was just boring. It's a decent match, but to have to follow TLC, it really didn't live up to things. Big Show beat Sheamus with a giant chair, a super chair that was as big as him. He whacked him with it once and pinned him 1, 2, 3. Sure, fine. Personally, I would rather have Big Show as champion than Sheamus. So, not saying I like Big Show, but I would rather deal with him as champion than give it back to Sheamus. So there you go. He retains. Moving on from that, we get the other 6-man tag, 3MB versus Del Rio, The Miz, and their third partner, the Brooklyn Brawler. The Brooklyn Brawler, really? Wow, it must suck to be Zack Ryder right now. Usually he would get a spot like this, but it really must suck to be Zack Ryder. He can't even get on a pay-per-view over a Brooklyn Brawler. A Brooklyn Brawler got a spot over Zack Ryder. That poor boy. That just sucks. Anyways, the match, it was a match. I didn't really think it was special. It was alright. I didn't pay much attention to it because I didn't care about it. The Miz hit one of them with his skull-crushing finale, and the Brooklyn Brawler pinned him. That's it. Alright, with that said, we get to the main event match now. This one was the one I was worried about because, god damn it, help me, if John Cena was to have beaten Dolph Ziggler in this match, I would have been pissed. Like John Cena needs the briefcase, right? This guy could lose every match from tonight until WrestleMania and still main event the show against The Rock. Why? Because he's John Cena. In other words, he doesn't need the freaking briefcase. Dolph Ziggler, on the other hand, needs that briefcase. His career rides on that briefcase. Because if he loses that briefcase, I can't tell you when he'll get another opportunity for that championship. So for me, this match was everything for Ziggler. It was either gain everything or lose everything. John Cena, on the other hand, he wasn't going to be hurt, win or lose. So Ziggler needed to win this match, and thank God he won this match. Now, as for the match itself, it was... I want to say it was good, but it was sloppy. There was a lot of sloppy parts in this match. Cena tried to do a freaking Hurricane Rana. He did it, but it looked like it actually could have killed Ziggler if it was to take like a bad turn or something. He did a monkey flip that looked like it injured Ziggler. They was using tables more than ladders, which is like, I thought this was a ladders match. Why are we using tables? Why are we using chairs? I thought this was a ladder match. Is this a TLC match or ladder match? It was a ladder match, and I get it. It's no DQ. I get that. You know, stay true to the stipulation a little bit. That's me being nitpicky, whatever. It just seemed very uneven. It had its spots here and there, but it just seemed so conjunct and convoluted. It didn't have a flow to it. It was just like, wrestle, 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 table spot. Wrestle, wrestle, wrestle. Gets onto the outside of the ring. Wrestle, wrestle, wrestle. Oh, here's the steel steps. Wrestle, wrestle, wrestle. It was like, whatever. We get to the ending, and Vicky Guerrero comes out. And then AJ Lee comes out. Yeah, they did it. So, AJ Lee hits Vicky Guerrero with her freaking 5-knuckle shuffle version to show her love for John Cena. He gets the ladder, climbs up it, and AJ Lee knocks it over. He hits the ropes. Ziggler gets up, climbs the ladder, gets the briefcase, retains it. And AJ just walks away smiling. Sure, I'll take it. Alright, it kind of makes me wonder what the point of this storyline was to begin with, for AJ to go from losing her job to her screwing John Cena. It's How did we get here? I don't know. This storyline is over, hopefully. Maybe she's going to join Dolph Ziggler now. She's already kissed other boys. Why not just go ahead and join with Dolph Ziggler? It wouldn't hurt me. So yeah, I got what I want. Dolph Ziggler is still Mr. Money in the Bank. And it's interesting, because the more I think about it, storyline-wise, this has been the worst, the absolute worst year for John Cena. I mean, at the beginning, he was harassed by Kane to, you know, give in to the hate and stuff like that. He got in trouble with Zack Ryder and Eve, lost to The Rock at WrestleMania, got his ass handed to him by Brock Lesnar, became the first man to cash in the Money in the Bank and lose, failed to beat CM Punk at Night of Champions, lost his opportunity because he got injured, fell in love with AJ Lee only for her to betray him, and then failed to capture the Money in the Bank again at the end and lost to Dolph Ziggler. So yeah, he's had a pretty crappy year. What really irks me about that, though, because the more I think about it, and it's one of those things that really upsets me about John Cena, he's had one of the crappiest years that any wrestler can have, and not a single change in his character was made. Cena, at the end of the show, smiling. Nothing wrong with this. Yeah, it happened. I got betrayed by a girl that I actually liked. I lost an opportunity to be world champion. Oh well, it happens. I'm still gonna smile. You know what, whatever. And WWE wonders why people don't like John Cena. No progression in his character whatsoever. He has had the worst year that anybody else can have. And this man still walks around like he's on top of the world. So, what's the point? What's the point of caring? Seriously. But anyways, guys, that is my review of TLC. I'm gonna give it a decent rating. Probably like 7.5-ish. Does that seem fair? But to me personally, I felt like the World Championship match in the main event was very sloppy. Everything else up to that was good, was solid. That TLC 6-man tag, telling you, go watch it if you have not seen it. But overall, the pay-per-view, it was decent. It was not worth the $50. If you can watch it on a DVD or online somewhere, go check it out. You'll like it. But it wasn't really worth buying $50 over. But anyways, that is my thoughts and my review on TLC. What are your thoughts on the show? What did you like about it? What did you hate about it? Tell me down below in the comment section or make a video response to what you do. With that said, this is your boy, Alyx signing off. I'll catch you guys in my next video, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Take care, guys. I'm signing out. Peace.